welcome to Talking RPGs. This is Ollie again. I wanted to just maybe start a section which is like not really specific to anything. It's a bit of a random rant, and it's about things that have happened recently to me playing D&D and similar games, and yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that's happened, or a conversation that's happened, or the way the person who's been DMing for me, or the way that me as a DM has dealt with something. So I thought I'd open up. With the lockdown and everything, I've weirdly been playing a lot more games than I have beforehand. Last week I had 3 different games, one of which we played twice in the week, and one of which I was running. And yeah, now if you've ever been a DM, there's something which is an ongoing struggle for me personally, in that there's various ways of calculating it online. I am usually quite good at working it out in my head, but that's balancing encounters. In D&D, all of your monsters are given a challenge rating, which is great because it means you can kind of work out, using a little bit of maths, how much your players can handle, and it's brilliant. It means that you go, oh, I've got X amount of players, that's a challenge rating of 6, so you could have 1 challenge rating 6 monster, you could have 2 challenge rating 3 monsters, 3 challenge rating 2, or blah 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 blah, or maybe just have like a challenge rating 2 and a load of little challenge rating of an 8th guys running around, or something like that. And I did something similar to that, and I'm still convinced I didn't get it wrong. But when we were playing, and we were playing on Discord using the Avray bot, if you don't know what that is, I'll check the links below. They've really struggled. We were rolling in chat using the Avray bot, which is great, and it's a really good system to use, and I've used it before, and it was particularly handy when we were playing a game with some guys overseas and that kind of thing, and it was brilliant. But for some reason, I don't know why, these little guys that I was throwing against the players were rolling crits. I think we got 4 or 5 in one combat, and the players were missing a lot. And for what should have been a really balanced encounter, like challenging but not deadly, something that they could use the environment a bit with, they were just struggling to keep their HP up, and it just became one of those sort of fights where you're concentrating more on keeping yourself alive than getting through the encounter and finishing off the bad guys. Now that leads me to some thoughts as a DM. I may do a separate chat in the DM tips of how to deal with these things, where what you believe to be a balanced encounter suddenly becomes unbalanced and you don't know how to do it. But the other thing that kind of playing online kind of stopped me from doing is there have been occasions where this has happened before, and it's ended up with me customizing monsters a little bit on the fly and that kind of thing, and dropping HPs of monsters so they're that bit easier to kill, or dropping the AC by just the 1 sometimes is enough to make a big difference. And especially when you're rolling dice in on the table and you're just playing along, and if sometimes you can just drop that difficulty by a bit if they're just having a tough time with their rolls that night. They've still got that, the players still have that feeling of accomplishment, and yet when you're online and you're using a system like Avray and every roll everyone can see, that's fine, but it can, because it's a computerized system and there's something going on that I don't know what, but for some reason that night the monsters were rolling high, my players were rolling low, and we nearly had a TPK. I had to sort of get some NPCs to kind of run and help and that kind of thing, which kind of worked, and they got through it eventually, but it took 3 times longer than we thought. And oh, it was a bit of a nightmare really, but everyone still seemed to enjoy themselves, and I think that's the key thing, is as long as you're making sure everyone enjoys themselves, and even if things don't go to plan, it's kind of okay, you can still work through it, it's fine. But like I say, if that I'd had that exact same encounter with those roles, and I was rolling behind a screen, I might have fudged it a bit, just to take the heat off the players somewhat. Especially seeing as we had one guy there who was their first ever time playing, so I felt really bad for him that it was as difficult as it was, but we'd had quite a lot of role play, so we really enjoyed that, and I'd been doing the voices, which I'm not very good at, and they're usually always inspired by some sort of movie character or something, which because I'm not very good at accents, I kind of get away with it, and they don't always pick up on who I'm trying to do as an accent, but on this occasion they did, and they very much picked up on my Mrs. Doubtfire accent, which worked quite well for a innkeeper lady. But yeah, no, that was, either way, even though it was like a bit of a dodgy session kind of balance wise, it was a brilliant session for the players taking a bit of initiative and improvising a bit and having a laugh and interacting with NPCs and thinking their way around combat in different ways and using the space that I'd given them. Even though we were using theatre of the mind, there was nothing physical there, but there was a lava flow. It was like, oh, can we use that? Can we push the guys over the edge? There was a wooden bridge, and can I try and pull the bridge down? And I had to get them to roll things to work to see if their characters could work out if they could do certain things, and it was brilliant for that. I absolutely loved it for that. I felt so bad that this final encounter just did not go to plan. And I even double checked my challenge ratings afterwards. That should have been not an easy encounter, but a very much doable one. And I'm kind of kicking myself that I got it wrong. But I mean, if I take anything away from this, it's to maybe just dial it back a little bit. If maybe I was a little hard as a DM, I hadn't run a game for a little while at this point, and maybe I just needed to double check those challenge ratings before the game. It was like a last minute thing, or while they were getting their teeth into a bit of RP. So, but at the end of the day, like I say, I spoke to all my players afterwards, and it was all positive feedback, and it felt great to sort of have that. And just moving forward is just making sure everyone enjoys themselves, and that is the main thing. And I hope these players come back to play with me again. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's a bit of enough of a random rant. I hope everyone's well, everyone's holding up well with this COVID-19. It's nasty, nasty stuff, so just please do stay indoors, unless you have to go out for whatever reason, but just try and keep safe, look after each other, and we'll see you again soon. If you like this video, hit the like button, it does wonders, and I'd love it if you wanted to subscribe to the channel as well. But on that note, see you later, have a great night, bye.